Hi, this is Cynthia, and today I'm showing you a demo of Crowdsourced Intelligence. So the reason that we built this was to enable gathering of crowdsourcing intelligence in a quick and automated way for any task. So I'm a PM, and I find that whenever I'm managing a feature or project, sometimes there's tasks that need to be completed by a third party in order to basically move that feature along. However, as I'm sure that some of you guys who have had this same experience, it can be really cumbersome to manage a workflow outside of your regular workflow with other third-party tools. And so basically this plugin allows you to pull in a workflow from another third-party platform so that you can automate gathering intelligence right into your existing workflow. So in this particular demo example, I've got a user story with some translations that need to be done through a third-party site. And in this case, we're going to use Mechanical Turk. So right here, there are these two that need to be translated. I'm just going to select this one. So what you do is when you select what you need to be translated, you just click this little drop down. That's going to bring up this plugin. And so with this plugin, for translation specifically, you can set things like budget, how many responses you want to have. And for us, it's important to set the number of responses because for translations in particular, we always want to double check to make sure that we're getting the most accurate translation. So when we have multiple translations, we can compare them against each other. And so with this template, I already have one preset here, so please translate this text into French. I'll touch more on templates later on in the demo. So this is already preset. I can hit preview to see what this is going to look like. And so this is my task that is going to show up on Mechanical Turk. I can also change this if I wanted to, Spanish, but in this case I want French, but just to show you that you can actually change this. The other thing here is that for demonstration purposes, I've already connected the AWS key and secret, but please do note that you will need this connect to Mechanical Turk when you're doing it. So now that I've filled out this form, I can upload this, and what's going to happen is that now that this is uploaded on Mechanical Turk, which is over here, it will actually show up as a task. So it just needs a little bit of time, but essentially what will happen is that Mechanical Turk calls their contractors workers, and so this task will show up here, and workers will actually be able to see it, and they can accept it and go into it and actually do the translation. Okay, so this is the task. So this is what the worker will see. So they can go in. So the worker will put in a translation and then they can submit it. And so that's done. And so what will happen on your side is that once you get the responses, you can actually load them by hitting the sync human intelligent task. And then the translation should come. Sometimes it takes a little, maybe a minute or so to do this. Okay, great. So there's one that, as you can see, this is what I put in as a translation. And so obviously in this case, there was only one response which I filled out, but usually there'll be the number that you request here. So once you compare them against each other, you'll be able to see which one you want to use. And then once you're ready to actually use that, you just hit use. And then that's actually going to load in this translation. And once you hit refresh, it's going to load it into the comments. And what that enables is that There you go. So yeah, so this information is here, and what this enables is that when you want to transfer this to Jira, for example, so that a developer works on it, you have all of this information here, and so you don't have to go externally to another site and then transport that information back in. It's just all right here. So that's great because anyone can also refer to it. It's not hidden in someone's document. It's always here, sort of as like a single point of truth. And so earlier I mentioned templates to you, so I just want to expand on that a little bit. So same workflow here. What you can actually do is that this template here, so we have a few that are already pre-filled out, but this template basically allows you to create any kind of task that you want. So it's very simple. If you wanted to say, hey, research app store optimization methods, for example, then you can add that as a template. And then I can do the same thing. So if I wanted to set a task of, I don't know, $500, for example, I wanted to have 5 people do this, I can actually create this as a task. So again, I have people go out and do this for me. And again, that's going to return that into Confluence here, into whatever story or whatever page I want to create that's related to that. So it's very extensible. It's easier to modify and customize based on your use case. We used it specifically for translations, but again, you can use it for anything that you want, that you need a third party to come in and give you information or intelligence. So hope you enjoyed the demo, and thanks very much.